Now, as Joburg opposition parties demand that Mayor Jeff Makuba release a report on COVID-19 spending, the Special Investigating Unit has launched an investigation into emergency procurement at the Joburg Property Company. The city spent about 20 million rand on the contracts. eNCA is in possession of reports that contain explosive details of further anomalies. Our reporter Barry Bateman joins us. Hi there, Barry. So what do these tenders relate to?
Good afternoon, Sally. Well, in those first 2 weeks of the state of disaster, when South Africa was still getting to grips with COVID-19 and learning what the coronavirus is, the city of Johannesburg initiated several programs to respond to the global pandemic. And one of them, and if you just cast your mind back to that period in March, where sanitization became this very new thing in our lives. And what we were seeing is, and this term that entered our lives, deep cleaning. What the Johannesburg Property Company did was it had hired 4 companies to conduct this deep cleaning and sanitization at its various facilities and infrastructure around the city. And this included some of the office buildings, but also taxi ranks and the like. But the difficulty was that these companies that were appointed had no prior experience in any kind of cleaning. They were engineering companies, technology companies, construction companies, and 2 of the companies had shared a same a business address with suggestions that there could have been collusion here. So it's these 4 deals, or the contracts that were issued, which were flagged in an audit report as well as a whistleblower report as being questionable, that all sorts of regulations were breached in the awarding of these. And it's these 4 tenders that the Special Investigating Unit will be investigating.
Now, Barry, eNCA has been reporting on the draft audit report that revealed 80 million rand spent in 2 weeks in the city of Johannesburg. Is there any update on that?
Well, what we know is that there was a council meeting yesterday, and the city of Johannesburg Mayor Jeff Makuba has committed to releasing the final report, but only once it is final. But there was much, complaints from opposition parties, primarily the DA and the EFF, saying that they're unable to perform their oversight role as councillors because they simply don't have any report to base this on. They referred specifically to the draft report that I was reporting on last week, which revealed that 80 million rand blown in the first 2 weeks. But they're very upset that they're unable, that this document's in the public domain, but they don't have it at council. And I filed this report. Take a listen.
In a letter sent this week, the SIU confirmed it will investigate the Joburg Property Company. It relates to deviations in the appointment of 4 companies to deep clean JPC infrastructure. A draft internal audit report flagged the deals as questionable. At a council meeting on Wednesday, the EFF said it had sent 2 letters to the mayor with questions about COVID-19 spending.
And in all those occasions, the mayor's response was that he will give us the report in a council meeting. There are now internal audit reports which are flying all over. Even the media are having it, but the council does not have it.
The DA also wants answers.
We have a report that is in the hands of the media and the general public, and yet the Council of Johannesburg does not have access to that report. So I ask you, when eNCA gives me a phone call and says to me, Councillor, how would the DA like to respond to the government's current compliance report? What would you like me to say? Because the report is available and is in the hands of the public, so I do not understand why we cannot get it here in this council chamber.
The mayor has committed to tabling the report, but only once it has been finalised.
Once we finalise the report, because this draft report was exactly that. A draft that's waiting for management comments. So the managers from the specific departments still have to comment on the audit report. And I think the acting mayor last week did say, Madam Speaker, we are going to submit this report to council and to all Section 79s as an audit report.
It's understood the final report is scheduled to be finished this week, but it's unclear when it will be presented to council. Barry Bateman, Johannesburg.